right, you caught me with a dry face. So we're going to start with some Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream with the cutest little gold spatula I ever did see. So isn't that cute? You just slide it out. That's what you get when you pay the big bucks. But this is worth it for me. My face is so dry. There is like nothing on the lower end that saves me like this stuff does. So you take your little spatula. Look at that. I didn't take that much. About, let's see. I haven't learned the exact amount yet. I just got it a week or so ago. All right. And it smells good. It gets in your hair. I'm a mess. I'm a hot mess express. So, happy Friday, you guys. I love doing these lives again. Being in touch with my peeps. It's really weird, though, afterwards, like, they used to, like, upload, like, once it's recorded, it stops, and then it has to, like, change some things and then, like, repost. And it used to do it, I'd say, within an hour. Now it's like the whole day goes by and it doesn't post. By the way, I'm going to be doing all my videos now on Instagram, not this, but like my reels and stuff on Instagram and TikTok, which TikTok I've done a little bit before, but it's like all the things was hard to keep track now. I'm just shooting a video first and then putting them on the separate things because it's easy. Okay, I'm going to let that set for a second. I just love, see, woo, dewy already. Oh, let me put my eye cream on. This had a spatula that I already lost. Okay, that's how I'm doing. That's why this is handy. Stays right there on the top. This is Shiseido Benefits. I can't speak. Benefiance? Benefiance. Wrinkle Smoothing Eye Cream. Get rid of my wrinkles. Okay, this is what the consistency. There you go. This stuff a little goes a long way. So I'm going to put that. Boop, 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 boop. So what are y'all doing this weekend? Cora's getting her ears pierced. She does not have them pierced. We're going to a tattoo shop. I heard that's better. I know, like, in my day, right? Who cares? You go to Claire's Boutique. You stop being a princess. You just go to the mall. You get your ears pierced. And mine got infected horribly. I had to take them out in kindergarten. And then I didn't get them done again till 5th grade. And then I was very surprised. My mom let me get second holes. I'm very surprised. She's very anti-piercing, tattoo, wild hair, which is crazy because when she was younger, she was like one of those wild children of the 60s, 70s, like free love, right? She was like such a hippie. But she was so against me. I really wanted an eyebrow piercing. She wouldn't let me get that, like in high school. But in 7th grade, she did let me get a second hole, which I still have. I don't know if it still works. I should put some, let me pop that through and see if I can repop it, maybe infect it a little again. So Cora has always been afraid. I never got hers. Hello, good morning. Cora never got her ears pierced because I wanted her to be able to, like, say if she wanted them pierced or not, right? Like, I don't know. No judgment. I know a lot of people get it done when they're babies, when they're 2, whatever. Like, I don't care. But for me, I just felt like I'm going to wait till this kid can tell me if she wants it. And she's always wanted it, but always been afraid because she hates shots in general. And I'm honest. I'm like, it hurts. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. It hurts. I got it with the ear gun at Claire's Boutique, where they go, whatever. But they say that is not good, that it damages the cartilage in the ear, like it breaks it, rather than if you go to a tattoo shop where we're going. Maybe I'll get a tattoo on there. It's just like a needle. I don't know if they use a gun with the needle, but they do it at the same time at least. Because I know my daughter, she's finally ready. She said she's ready. I bet we get there and she's like, no, I'm not going to do it. And we'll have driven all the way to Virginia for her to say no. But if she got one ear done, there's no way she's going to stick around for that second ear. So I was like, we need somewhere that will do it at the same time. And I just heard the Claire's Boutique by Us in the mall. I've heard not such great things, so I was like, we'll just go to the tattoo shop. I'm going to use Good Molecules primer, moisturizing primer. This just helps give a little base for your makeup. So, let's see, anything exciting happen? I can't say there is. That's all I have planned. That's on Sunday. So tomorrow, it's like, it's getting cold here. When it gets cold, Mama loses her motivation to do all the outdoor things like I normally like to do. I get a little like, I get cold easily. And like, it's like once I get cold, it takes me a very long time to get uncold. Anyone like that? Like my little appendages, my hands, my feet, like once they're cold, everything gets cold. And then it is so hard. Like I need a hot shower for like 20 minutes, like hot. I take scalding showers to like feel cold, feel warm and like I'm a living and breathing person, not a corpse anymore. So I'm like, oh, there are these things, you know, they have little like, I don't know, Santa festival things. There's Christmas tree lightings already. I'm looking at that like, oh, that's fun. And then I'm like, Christmas tree lightings at nighttime when the sun has gone down and it's going to be like 30 something, right? It's like in the 40s right now during the day. Sorry, I'm letting this dry. If you're like, what's she doing? Why isn't she doing her makeup? Well, because I'm drying off. Okay. And let's see, which foundation shall we use? Any, mini, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by his toe. If he hollers, let him go. Any, mini, miny, mo. My mother says to pick their favorite one, and you are not it. I guess it's this. This is Nude Glow. I do love this. This is like my fuller coverage one. I love it's like a little pump in a tube. Good consistency. Let me get my brush. Okay, here we go. My Bobbi Brown brush that I need to wash. So, let's see. My mom went and saw Michelle Obama this week. How about them apples? And guess who was the host? Ellen DeGeneres. We live, if you don't know, we live outside of DC. It is a very politically driven area. There's a lot of political stuff going on all the time. And yes, we had Michelle Obama at, I forget where she said, so, you know, one of the theaters. But how cool that Ellen, I love Ellen. Tell me if you love Ellen. How can you not love Ellen? I don't know, I love Ellen. She's so funny and she dances a lot. So my mom saw her. She was like so excited that Ellen, it was like a surprise that Ellen showed up. The only surprise famous person, this is like embarrassing, okay? Back in the 90s, I was very grunge. Any of you, I don't know if you're my age, there was the whole grunge phase. You were either like R&B or grunge. Like those were the most popular like music categories of people at the time, right? So, I mean, I liked all sorts of music, but grunge was like my jam, the alternative music, right? So, we're gonna get, hold on, I know I'm shaking. Gotta get my concealer here. Ilia, so good, love it. You're 43, oh, okay, so you're, I forgot if you told me already. Then yeah, we are roughly the same age. I'm 42, I turned 42 in April. So what kind of music were you into in high school? I guess it depends on your region too. Here in DC, it was, you were really into like Nirvana, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam. Metallica was more like my 8th grade, I'd say. Smashing Pumpkins, like that sort of thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I jammed with some like Boys to Men. I actually met them. I'll tell that story in a minute. I actually met them. I snuck backstage at this festival. So anyway, I went to this thing called HF Festival, rap and grunge and heavy metal. Yeah, so same as me. I did a little heavy metal, mostly grunge, and I've always loved rap. I still love rap. That is, I listen to a lot of rap. Cora has finally grown to love it. She used to, like when she was 3 and 4, she'd be like, please turn this off. And now she's like, gets used to it. So, okay. So HF Festival was a festival that our radio show put on. Like our local radio, was it 995? It was like an alternative radio station. And they had this festival every summer. It was so fun. All the alternative bands, like they had 2 stages. It was a big deal. So fun. And they had really good lemonade. That's all I remember about that. Really good lemonade. So I think it was I went to 2 of them. I think it was the first one I went to. I was so excited. I'm just letting this dry a little bit, the concealer. I was so excited to be there. I think it was my first because I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I was 14, summer of 94, I think, or 95. And I think No Doubt was on or something. I remember No Doubt around that time, whatever. And then they're like, next up, blah, 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 blah. And like, as they're announcing someone else, Courtney Love, who was like my idol back then. That's the embarrassing part. Courtney Love was like my idol. This is Charlotte Tilbury. So Courtney Love, they brought her on, like out on stage, and we had just moved up further because we were like going to take a break or something. Like we had been down lower and we moved up, and I remember being so mad because we went up further, and then they're like, this person, and so Courtney Love is being, what's it called? Crowd surfing. I'm like, oh, I could be down there with Courtney Love, crowd surfing Courtney Love. Like I was so upset that I left. So we're sitting there, and this is the most embarrassing. She was huge back then, but this is so embarrassing. My level of love for her, like I used to like try to dress like her. I was in a band, okay, that wasn't really like a band that did anything. I sang and my friend played guitar. And that was it. That was our band, okay? In like her garage. We had a name and everything. Strawberry Stains. Okay. But I also I remember I'd stand on my bed, similar to now when I'm dancing on my bed on Instagram, right? I would stand on my bed with a fake microphone. I would literally look in the mirror. I had a mirror across my bed, and I would like perform her songs by myself with just like her music, her voice, and me singing louder than her. So it was like somehow I'm performing it in my decked out wannabe Courtney Love outfit. So you get it. I was like, not obsessed, but you know what I mean? As a whatever, teen obsession type thing. Like she was just like I was like, oh my God, I just want to be here. So there she was floating around. I was so sad that I had gotten moved up. I was like, the embarrassing part is I literally was crying. Like, you know how people cried for Michael Jackson? And that's like, you know, interesting in of itself. I was crying for Courtney Love. Literally crying for Courtney Love. I can't. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe she's here. Because we didn't expect her. She came out. She's in the crowd. And I was like, there's no way I can make it like down there in time. You know, it's like people were just obviously like rushing the stage. So that's the Courtney Love thing. Now my ADD brain forgets where I was going. There was like another story I was going to tell. I don't remember. Do you remember? Well, let's do some maids a milking. We're going to do this and a little this. I wore leopard print today because yesterday Cora said to me, Mom, is everything okay? And I was like, yeah, why? She's like, I'm worried about you. And I'm like really thinking something serious. Like, I'm like, oh, why is she worried about me? You know, I was like, why? And she goes, I haven't seen you wear leopard print in a while. You know that's bad when your kid starts to be concerned when you're not wearing leopard print. So I wore leopard print for her today. I'm like, all right, here we go. Don't worry. My love for leopard print will never fade. So all that is fun and joyous. This color's kind of hard to put on. Maids a milking. It's like a, Looks pinkish. Why would milk be pink? Maybe it's strawberry milk, huh? But in there it doesn't look pink, but in here it does. Do I just have pink eyes? Eyes that see pink everything? That wouldn't be bad. Actually, we saw this really beautiful sunset the other day. It was crazy. It was like made, I've never experienced it. Like, I've seen many sunsets where it kind of looks orange and like a lot around. But this, the sun was going down and it was this pink, like a coral color almost. And it was everywhere. Like, it didn't look like a sunrise. It just looked like the color around, like the air was pinkish coral. Like how everything's, I guess, slightly tinted blue. We probably just don't notice, right? It probably is. I'm going to go Elfin Wild. I feel like that might be too dark. I'm going to get a new one, actually. But, I'm going to do Doe MG. Woo! I'm going to drop Shears. I'm going to drop it. Drop it like it's hot. Doe MG. So these are all the Too Faced palettes that came out for Christmas. And I got them early. And I told my husband, I did videos on them. And I was like, okay, honey, I'm just going to do videos on them. And then you can pack them up and I'll get them for Christmas. Did they ever make it back? Or have they been sitting here and I've been using them every day? Yeah, I've been using them every day since I got them almost. So that was kind of funny. I got all these for Christmas, and then I'm not actually saving them for Christmas. Why waste a good thing when it's right there? So it was just crazy. Like everything was this beautiful orange, and Cora was like, I wish the world was like this all the time. It's like glowing pinkish orange. It was just so cool. And then like 3 minutes later, it was back to normal. We could still see the sunset. Did I say sunrise? Sunset. So, yeah, it's getting darker. Who here wants the time change to stop? Me. I do. I hate when it's, I can't complain. Okay, I'll say this. I love when it gets lighter earlier. I'm doing a complaint challenge, right? You wear a bracelet on this arm. You might have seen my video. I talked about this the other day. But if you didn't, you wear a bracelet. I'm wearing 2. It's breathe in, breathe out on your right arm. And then if you complain, you have to put it over here for the rest of the day. And then you have to start over the next day. So you try really hard to not complain, right? It's been working. Yesterday, I made it, was it the whole day yesterday? I think I made it the whole day until nighttime. Like right before bed, I said, oh, she blah, 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 something. And I was like, oh, ah. So it's kind of a cool challenge. I suggest you do it. So I almost complained right there, but I caught myself. You catch yourself, it's okay. Let's just do a little more. So I do love when it stays lighter later, right? I feel like all these people have seasonal depression like really hard. Like it's a real thing people take medication for, right? Seasonal depression. Someone in my family takes medicine. They start it in November. They take it through like March, April, because it affects their mood that much. And I definitely like, I wouldn't mind taking, I don't like medicine because I get all sorts of side effects and this and that. So I don't, but I'm not lying. I could benefit. This is, Idole. I don't even know. IDOLE liner. Ultra precise, waterproof. It came in some kit or something. I don't know. I like it though. I like it. So anyway, are you a fan? You know how they're talking about, I think Trump actually brought it to the table of, or at least, I think he signed off on it, didn't he? But then it had to go through the House and Senate, but it got stuck somewhere in there. So it's another year of darkness. So maybe next year we'll all be on the same time zone. Well, you know what I mean. There won't be the change. Not all in the same zone. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying. There won't be a change. And because I know some places, like isn't Arizona one of them that's like weird? Or Texas? I don't know. That they do, I don't know. I got very confused by a couple of the states how they do it. Because Because we just do like once in the fall and once in the spring. Daylight savings time. Yes. Oh, good story. I just saw your thing. Yeah, so I would love to not do it. I will say I appreciate in the morning, like I do love that it's bright. It like helps me wake up. It was for farming. Yep, I know, and that's the thing. Now, I mean, there are still farmers obviously out there, but I guess not enough that because they're making it probably a thing. So we'll see about that. Oh, look at that. That's fun. When you get mascara on your nose, always fun. So I was trying to think. There was something else I was gonna tell you guys all about, and I don't remember anymore. So, sorry, mascara is the hardest for me to concentrate, like to talk at the same time. So please pause. Please pause. Oh, this morning, the sun was so bright. Speaking of sun, I'm at a stop sign going straight. There's a woman next to me that's turning left, right? So I'm in this lane to go straight. Will have a green arrow. I'm sitting here and I hear honking, and I ignore it because I'm like, no one's honking to me, right? Honking again. I'm like, what? So I look over and it's this old woman next to me, and she's like waving me down. So I unroll my window. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I can't see because the sun is so bright. Which it was. I mean, it was like blinding. And I was like, what does she want me to drive her car? And she's like, could you tell me when my arrow comes? And I was like, if I'm still here, I can tell you when your arrow comes, lady. So there we were. And luckily her arrow came before my green light. It was like the arrow came, so both sides were going. And then after that, I got my green at like, I don't know, a minute later or whatever. But so I was like, it's green. And she was like, I mean, help your neighbor, man. I was like, okay. It was so cute. But I also was like, if you can't drive without help from someone next to you, should you be driving? My grandfather drove when he was like he was almost 90 years old. Till he died. He died, I think he was 88. But he was still driving at 88, and we would end up on the wrong side of the road. He'd hop curbs. Like, it didn't matter. He was not going to give up his license. Those stubborn old people. I'm going to be one of them, probably. I'll be like, I'm fine. I don't know. What can you do? What can you do? All right, we need some cheeky. We're going to do this, my favorite cheeky, my favorite recent cheeky. Oh, look on my Instagram, I went to Nordstrom Rack. It's on my story, so it'll disappear later today. This is nude sticks. But I went to Nordstrom Rack, made a little story about it to show the items. It's like my war paint here. I got some really cute boots. Hold on. I got these. Oh, I'm wearing them to make sure I like them around the house. I mean, how cute are those? Yes, they got the little cuff. The other ones are even cuter. They are like a taupe color with a cream fur. Boots with the fur, the whole club looking at her. She hit the flow, Should've got low. I could just entertain myself all day. I think someone just came on and left. They were like, I don't know what that train wreck is, but I'm not going to be a part of it. I am myself, so I don't have to ever worry about how I act, because I know people are they're okay with me being a fool, right? I don't have to worry about it then. I'm like, I'm always a fool. I'm always singing, dancing, being silly. If people aren't into that, they should probably know ahead of time. So I got those boots. I got some lotion. Nordstrom Rack is my favorite store. They have really good quality stuff for great prices. I sound like I am trying to promote them. All right, we're going to do a little lippy. I'm really addicted to this chunkiest chili right now. He got a little flat. But, hold on. Nordstrom Rack is the bomb. These, true story, They're supposed to be what, 150 bucks? Hold on. 160, okay? That is their like normal price. They sold them at Nordstrom, other places. I sent a picture to my stepsister. Like, look at my new boots. So I was excited, and her and I do that sort of thing. And she was like, oh, maybe we'll be twins. I love those. I'm going to look. They were sold out at Nordstrom. They were sold out in the store, too. This was the last pair. She then looked up the name of the shoe, and everywhere was sold out. Like, everywhere, of both the brown, the taupe, and the black. So she looked on eBay. She's like, maybe eBay has them. They only had used pairs that were going for more than the regular price for this. Like, there was a used pair for like $180. They're good shoes. They're good shoes. So if you check your Nordstrom Rack, if you're there and you're in the market for some little booties, this is really soft, real leather. I really feel like an infomercial right now. And the inside is like not super squishy, but there's a little bounce in there, so they're comfortable, pretty warm because there's like a little lining. And then you got the fur. Boots with the fur. You don't want me to do it again, do you? So that's my excitement this morning. Here's my face. I'm going to go be somebody. I'm going to go take over my day. I usually don't work on Fridays, but you know, when you like what you do, sometimes you do. So I'm going to probably do some work. And do maybe a little cleaning. I don't want to, but it sounds like I probably should throw in some laundry, something minimal. And then I have some returns to do. I ordered, this is actually really funny, before I go, I ordered these beautiful flowers, okay? I can never think of the name. Ranunculus. You'll know what I'm talking about if you're a flower person. Ranunculus, right? That sounds like ranunculus. There's something like ranunculus. They're beautiful, and they had this coral, like almost ombre color, okay? I happened to stumble upon them through someone on Instagram, and I was looking at all these beautiful pictures of these ranunculus, and they were gorgeous, and I was like, oh, I have no flowers. All the flowers are dying in my yard because it's getting cold. This will make me feel so happy inside. And it was $40, and I was like, well, it said 20 blossoms. I was like, this is maybe the last thing. I'll just have this little piece of joy in my heart. Maybe I'll just do this, right? This was like, I ordered them right as I was like doing my budget. It's like, okay, after this, no, we'll get some $5 ones here and there at the Safeway. But for now, this will make my heart happy in the beginning of the cold death month. So I ordered them. Oh my God, I wish I could grab them right now. Actually, I'm going to. I'm doing it. Go stare at my, it won't be long. Don't miss me. Can you still hear me? Hold on. It's worth it. It's worth the wait. I'll run back up. Don't worry. Oh my gosh, you guys are going to die. It's really funny. So I was so excited, okay? I get a little box this big in the mail, and I'm like, it's the ranunculus. It says the flower shop thing, whatever. And I'm like, how do they all fit in there? You're supposed to plant these. You're supposed to plant them. Oh, ranunculus. Ranunculus. Oh, it is really almost what I said. Amandium pastel mix. 20 corms. I don't know what corms are. I wrote to them. I said, I don't know what corms are, but I don't think this is what I thought it was. Can I please return these? She was like, well, it states on our website that I'm like, you had a bunch of pictures of actual flowers. I didn't know. Happy times for me. I mean, look at that. Like, can you imagine opening? You're like so excited to get these vibrant, beautiful coral ombre blossoms, and you're like, this box is a little small, and you open it and it looks like someone sent you dead flowers. So there it is. I mean, I was like laughing so hard. I called my husband over. I'm like, I got my flowers. I got my flowers, honey. They're so pretty. So I'm going to return those and learn my lesson. $5 flowers from Safeway. Okay. The end. Hope you have a great, fancy, fun Friday. My new thing is going to be deuces and smooches, right? I love it. Deuces and smooches. Someone posted that on my thing. I was like, oh, that's perfect. Because I love to kiss. Love to kiss everybody. Just kidding. So, smooches and should we say deuces and smooches? Deuces and smooches. I like that way. Okay. I hope you have a great day, a great weekend. I don't know if I'll be on this weekend or not. But glad we're hanging in the mornings, and I will see you later. Deuces and smooches.